Hey, good morning, guys. All right. Lots of earnings today, but not a lot of great earnings reactions, which is what we really are looking for. Silver is trying to go again. He keeps finding support on the rising 10 and 20. And it still looks, it's breaking out on a weekly. So I don't know. Something to watch. Why does it feel bad that Etsy and Fastly are breaking down? Fastly is a dead stock since a long time ago. But Etsy, yeah, Etsy. Well, Etsy is still holding uptrend. It's not breaking down. Still holding the rising 200. My thoughts on SQM gapping down. It's not gapping down, it's just some random prints. Dun, 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 dun. Just some random prints. Those are my thoughts on it. This IIVI had a great EP 2 earnings seasons ago where it doubled after earnings. And now it's pretty much back where it was back then. Almost a round trip. What I think about Twilio, it looks like shit. Still holding the uptrend, but these high multiple software internet names, that's not really the place to be. Hasn't been the place to be for a few months now. HIMX looks good. Man, it's so thin. Solars are dead. W is testing its uptrend line. A lot of these things are testing their uptrends. What's the news on this Alf? I can't find the news anywhere. Well, it's just not an IPO. It had sudden spike in volume and price. There needs to be something here, either a pump or news. It's not just an IPO. Someone is pushing it. I want to know who. Oh, Zach Morris. Okay. Thanks. Too bad this RHE is gapping down. Would have been nice if it retested the low mid 20s. So FCX had a nice breakout yesterday. Not really seeing a lot here. Failed traders pumping stocks. Where have we seen that before? No, I'm not gonna do the Richard Moglen interview. Maybe later in the year. I'm chilling with the interviews. Am I gonna read Oliver Kelsey book? Maybe. Alright, good luck everyone. Let's see if the silver can go this time or not. ARK keeps selling off, yeah. ARK K. Not the most exciting market. LQDT, yeah, it's a good looking one. Did they have earnings? Or did they have earnings after the close? They had earnings, good earnings. Second quarter of great earnings. Looks pretty decent. So thin though. Microcap stock. But yeah, in every earnings season, like, it doesn't really matter what the market does. In the micro and small cap space, there's always a few big movers. There's always a few good EPs. Because the tiny stocks, they're not necessarily as dependent on the overall market. Gold is starting to move higher too. Oh, come on, HEQ. Let's get to 55 today. Wait, what? Someone created a quiz. Oh, I'm gonna do the quiz later. Hey, Baked Lion. Are you here? I just DM'd you. Baked Lion. Damn, this rocket is going down. Has shitty estimates going forward. Guys, remember when we bought the EP here? Or actually, the day after earnings, it wasn't an EP. And it doubled in a... Almost... No, it went up 80% in 2 sessions. Those things, they don't really happen anymore. Except for these random microcaps that are getting pumped. Those are good times. Now, we're just watching paint dry. Is Cumrocket giving back games? What a ridiculous name. So, what's your retirement plan? It's called Cumrocket. Have you heard of it? What's Dogecoin doing? Dogecoin, let's see. Oh, it's still holding up. Still 80 billion market cap. Wait, did it hit 96 billion market cap? Wow. Now imagine if all the money flowing into these coins, like it's like Dogecoin. Imagine if it went to the market instead. Man, we would be printing money right now. Yeah, if it went into well, they're all real. I mean, all the coins are real. It's all just perception, really. Yeah, wonder who's the guy or girl who owns the big Doge wallet. That's like worth 30 billion. It's insane. One of the richest people in the world. Woof. Yeah, maybe a few more days. Yeah, it's kind of lagging here. If the 10 and 20 can get the tighter, then 1 or 2 more days would be actually a pretty good setup. Very thin stock, but looks good. So this Wayfair is actually holding the uptrend. It's still inside of this big base. What's Twilio? Twilio is reclaiming, or well, not reclaiming, but actually held the 50 weekly, going back into the base. What's Etsy doing? Etsy, oh, Etsy looks not great. Losing the 200 day. Yeah, it's still like those growth. The former leaders look like shit. The current leaders, they like these types of stocks like FCX. Like this is a leading stock right now, but you know the problem oftentimes with these commodity related names that they're very mean reverting. Like they go up a little bit and they pull back, go up a little bit and they pull back. These things don't tend to not make big moves after a breakout. Stuff. Look at like US Steel, another leading stock. There's just very hard to trade. It's not like something like Tesla last year, right? It breaks a base, goes up 90% in a month, right? And this is a mega cap stock. It's not a small cap. Right here, it broke a base, went up 63% in a few weeks. It broke a flag here, went up 72%. Like, these commodity names, they're not giving us moves like that. They're much trickier to trade. Ethereum, yeah, I mean it's. I don't know why I sold my ETHE. I don't know why I sold it. This thing is now up almost 70% from where I sold it. I still don't remember the logic. I sold it right here. High 20s. Or like 21 area. What a fucking moron. And I bought it when it broke this range here, like 18-ish. Man, I would be sitting almost on a double right now. It wasn't a huge position, but still, so annoying. When you break your sell rules, this happened to me all the time last year. You sell something because I don't know, for whatever reason, and then it goes up another 50, 100%. Happened to DQ, happened on NVAX. Happened on many stocks. Oh, BNTX was actually a mean reversion setup on the long side today. Opening range highs. I hope it keeps selling off. I hope this bounce fails and gets to the 50 day by tomorrow and then get a big bounce. That would be nice. Damn, TNA is starting to fail. Nugget. Nice move. Come on, HEQ, let's go. NUE, yeah, NUE is a nice looking one. This didn't hit my scans because my scan cutoff was 3.5 and this stock has ADR of 3 and it was even lower here. But now my scan cutoff is 2.5. It should be picking these things up. But yeah, here on this day, this was a pretty decent setup. It had this failed breakdown attempt below the rising 20 day and then it reclaimed and went back into the base. But again, these things are kinda, they're not very liquid. They're not really super liquid. Well, looks like SQM is going down on ALB earnings. This thing is just can't get going. And ALB is breaking down too. Even these many of these commodity related names can't go. Only the metals are, some of the metals are moving. CLF is fading, but oh, come on. Yeah, I don't like this. This KRE, I did a tiny move. I don't even know why I did it. It kind of wasn't a good setup. It had a good setup here. You know what? I'm gonna correct this mistake. I have like, you know, third or quarter size, so it's not a, actually less than that. Okay, I'm correcting this mistake. That was a mistake. HEQ, come on. Can we get a big move? Like we got like June, July last year? Like HEQ went up 145% in a month. Oof, that would be nice. We got a move like that. That would be epic. ETCG. Oh yeah. It's starting to get more volume too. Hopefully it can really speed up. I'm gonna start watching it starting tomorrow. Hopefully it goes to like 100 plus today and then has a big gap up tomorrow. That would be an ideal scenario. This, I do like this. This Bitcoin is flagging. It's been lagging the past month versus the other coins like Ethereum and Doge and Cumrocket. But it is flagging really nicely here. It tried to break down below the 50-day, but reclaimed, and now it's staying above the 50-day. Let's look at the weekly. I mean, it looks, it's a beautiful flag. It's building higher lows. It's surfing the purple line, the 10 weekly. Looks, it's a beautiful flag. Once this thing goes, I really think Bitcoin's gonna go to like 100,000 or something if it breaks out of this flag. Would be nice. And this GBTC is the way I'm gonna play it. Cumrocketcrypto.com doesn't work. This CrowdStrike was one of the strongest software names. Good thing I sold it when it lost a 10-day. Now it's survived back in the range. Still building higher lows, but man, these things are... Market is not like... Oh, they have earnings today. Did they have earnings or are they gonna have earnings after close? Cloudflare. Net. Yeah, they have earnings today after close. Probably gonna break down like all the others. AMD looks like it wants to break down. Netflix is also breaking down on the weekly. Seeing a lot of this action. They're still mostly in an uptrend, but if this keeps going, if this keeps up, it's probably not gonna be a good thing. I just wish there were more of these metal stocks and that they were more liquid. It's just not that much to choose from. These gold ETFs are really working well. Should I have bought some gold ETFs also? Don't miss CTCG. I'm not gonna miss it. Maybe tomorrow. It's still so. I mean, I'm actually gonna test trade it a little bit. Let's see. Is it? Oh, it's a pink sheet. Oh. Oh my god! It's impossible getting fills on this thing. Oh my god! It's a thin. Damn, that thing is thin. Oh, TNA. My best trade idea. Breaking down. Still holding a higher low, but not looking great. I'm gonna try it with this SPXL short again. I just don't see a lot of good action. Even a lot of the metal stocks and bank stocks are feeling tired. Something has to give. Sooner or later. The best trading idea I have now, right now, is the Bitcoin. Or the GBTC. This thing, I mean, if Bitcoin breaks out, goes up 50%, which I think it could easily do, 50% plus, yeah, this is my best trade idea. And the HEQ. I don't have as much size on SPXL as I had 2 days ago. I had like 200,000 shares. Now I have 150,000. It's a little bit less size this time around. It tried to break down, failed the breakdown, tried to reclaim the 10-day, failed there, and now it's losing the 20-day again. And I just, the action beneath the surface, it just sucks. So I don't, we'll see. The banks, the banking ETFs are failing, bank stocks, oil names are down. Maybe I'll short Tesla too, because it's now the 50-day, it's surfing below the 50-day now. The 50-day is acting as a resistance. Tried to reclaim, but failed back below the 50-day. NIO looks like it may want to lose the 200-day. Yeah, this year maybe sell in May is gonna work. Most years it doesn't work. But you could use any month. You could use sell in February, sell in March, sell in December. There's always, any month could be down at any time. But it's still a useless saying. Damn, my portfolio looks like I'm preparing for the end of the world. I also went short some Tesla here. Actually, not just some, it's a pretty decent position. I only have like CLF long left. All the others are either long silver. Wait, am I still in SQM? No, I'm not. Never mind. I did get rid of that one. I have tiny positions in BTX short and PRPO short left. I'm gonna cover them both tomorrow. I'm gonna hold them into the weekend. Well, there hasn't been a lot of 5-star setups over the past couple of months. There's been some random stocks here and there, but nothing. None of the liquid ones, pretty much. I mean, some of the 5-star setups worked really well, like AMAT, LRCX. Like I sold them for a profit, even though it didn't go up as much as I would have wanted them to. But those were pretty much some of the very few 5-star ones. I also had TQQ long. This one I had big position, it worked really well. I sold it when it lost a 20-day. Also for a profit, but again, you know, I was hoping, you know, that I would break out of this flag and go higher, but did not. Oh, TNA. Okay, this trade idea is gone for now. So just GBTC. Left. CLF. So I shorted 25,000 Tesla, 150,000 SPXL. I'm long 310,000 HEQ. That's what I traded today. And then small shorts in PRPO and BTX. And a small long in CLF. Why would I short Futu? No, it's very thin. I wouldn't short anything like this. Too thin. Of course you watch the stock in after hours and pre-market. If you don't, you're eventually gonna blow up. If you do parabolic shorting, you always watch the after hours and pre-market action. And you better be there early. Otherwise, you're just gonna be another statistic, because most people are not willing to do that. You come to the market 15 minutes before it opens and they're pulling up their favorite alert service to tell them what to do. You actually have to put some effort in yourself. In Sweden, you cannot trade after hours. Am I long Tesla? I don't know, am I? Does it look like a setup I would be longing? Oh my god. Ring breaks out. Breaks out from what? I mean, it's just a random looking stock. To me, it looks like a random looking stock. Oh well, I have my positions. I put my balls in the line of fire, and now we'll see if I'm gonna get hurt or if I'm gonna get paid. What are the Dow stocks doing? No, the Dow is not really. Everything looks tired. That's the thing. Everything feels tired. Everything feels kind of tired. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Wait, this HEQ, this is a silver ETF, right? It's not a triple silver ETF, not a silver minor ETF. Yeah, it is. Okay, okay, good. Because this gold has also these gold minor ETFs. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, good. Oh, GDXU is the... No, this is a piece of shit. Why would I trade this thin one, low priced one, when you have like Nugget? A little bit lower ADR, but still much more liquid. And there's also like... nah, this is not worth it. It's too thin. NIO is breaking the 200 day. UGL gold lip. Oh, this is the one. Okay. Still, oh yeah, it's... Wait, is this the leverage? This is not the leverage. It's ADR 1.4. Oh, it is the leverage. It's double, right? I didn't realize GLD had that low ADR. That's an insanely low ADR. Wow. And the leveraged one has 1.4. There should be like a, I don't know, quintuple or something like that. Levered ADR for GLD. Why is the SLV ADR so much higher than GLD? Why is gold so much slower than silver? Oh yeah, come on Tesla. I'm actually getting excited again. Man, if we get a real washout, my portfolio, I may have hooked some $10 million trades here. If we can actually have a washout. Let's say if the SPYs get down to the 50 or even the 100 day. We haven't had a decent correction in a while in the SPYs. Or maybe even a rising 150 day. Ooh. Yeah, the 150 day has been support for the past 2 attempts. That's true. And NIO, the 200 day has been support for a while, and now it's testing it again. A lot of these former leaders are breaking their 150, 200 day moving averages lately. It's been going on for a couple of weeks now. One by one, they're kind of breaking down. And it's really the opposite you want to see. You want to see things kind of breaking out one by one. It's kind of the opposite of what you want to see. Yeah, but these things are pumps. This is a pump, you know. This is a nano cap pump. Like, these things don't give a shit what the market does, because you don't need a lot of buying power to move something like this. Like, if I wanted to, like, I could push this thing. Like, I could start buying it here. I could push it to 20 myself if I wanted to. Like, you really need, if you're a pumper, you really need a few hundred people buying it, or maybe not a few hundred, but a few thousand people that buys into this thing, and you know, it doubles, triples. It's very easy to move these things. So they can, you know, they can do whatever. How do you tell? Well, usually, you know, you can just go on Twitter and, you know, search for this symbol, and you will see a lot of people pumping it. And also a lot of bots probably pumping this thing. Now, I don't know if this specifically is a pump or if there is actually legit news, but it's probably a pump. Yeah, maybe I should have shorted TNA. Someone asked me why I shorted the SPY triple ETF or double ETF instead of the IWM, because IWM has been weaker, but it doesn't really matter. Look, the thing is, like, you know, if we're gonna have a market correction, all of them are eventually gonna pull back. So I don't think it really matters. I don't think it makes a big difference. Also, guys, friendly reminder. If you can't type in the chat yet, please feel free to not whisper me on Twitch. Like, there's a reason there's a 3-month hurdle on the chat. So I don't have to, you know, handle stupidity. Like, some people are writing me some random stuff. I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. Like, it's just... And it's just 1 or 2 people. There's just so many. It's kind of... You know, it's kind of tiring. Please feel free to use the 3 months to study, understand what we do here. Follow the link on the screen. Read it, reread it. Watch all the linked videos. And don't act like a privileged brat. That's all I'm asking. And also, those of you asking about the interview, you know, don't whisper me about it. You know, I'm gonna do it when I feel for it. I got in a lot of interest. And I think some people may have misunderstood. It's not for a job or internship or whatever. I just want to know my audience better. There's no agenda behind it. Because some people have pretty much written their resumes to me, and you know, it's not really what I'm after. Oh, there is someone. Wait, let's see. Someone made a quiz with my setups. I'm gonna see how well I do on this quiz. So plug, not worth trading. 3-star, 4-star, 5-star setup. Okay. Well, we do have the benefit of hindsight on these, but I would say this is a 4-star. What's this? Zillow. Well, this one I do remember. Again, like I know exactly what these things did. I remember trading this thing. Pen, maybe 3-star. But this is like more like anticipation. You gotta wait for the breakout. It's kind of hard to. But Space, not worth trading. No setup here. U-Haul, it's a low ADR, not worth trading. FLGT, this one I did trade. I would say it was like 4-star. How many stars? GSM, well, it's very thin, but I would say maybe 3 stars. It needs to tighten up a little bit. Plug, well, I would say 5-star. Tal, oh, haha, 2017. Yeah, I know exactly what it did. 5-star. Cody, no, looked like shit. X looks like shit, but I think it did break out the next day. Roku, oh, this one is a good one. Celsius, maybe 3-star. Fossil, not worth trading. It's a micro cap that kind of lost its momentum. INSG, not worth it. It's all over the place. No. Well, actually, I did trade this one. Wait, no, I would say 3 stars. It did work well. It did work well. Fairly well. CBAT, I don't know, 3-star maybe. Celsius, oh, that's a good looking one. 4 stars. ENG, 4 stars. GSX, oh, that's a good one. HIMX, I don't know, 3 stars maybe. VIAC, not worth trading. Okay, page 102. Next. Oh, wait. Why might this setup be worse than it initially appears? Even worse? I mean, it looks pretty bad. Why would it be worse than bad? All over the place. Too choppy. What important observation can be made by looking at the relationship between price action, MAs act as support on the way up, as resistance on the way down. Favorite Chris quote? Let's see. Just follow the price action, not use looping. Determined people find a way to be sustainable. Looking. That's like it. You don't have to get the big. The pastry. Yeah, I think this one is good. What rule using the moving averages can be used to stay in good markets? 10 and 20 trending higher. 10 above 20. Do I get the like how many right I got? View score. Wait, what? I got 12 of 28. What the fuck? I got like 40% correct. I just failed the test. Fucking moron. Wait, I got like... What the fuck? I failed my... I failed this test. I failed the quiz. If this quiz... You know, if we had to have a quiz to start using the chat like some people have suggested, I would have failed the quiz. I wouldn't be able to chat in my own chat. Fucking idiot. I need to use the weekend to study, man. You're right. What a total moron I am. I can't even get my own stuff right. Oh my god. And there's still 1100 people watching me. What's wrong with you people? If I failed the test, how do you know it's really me? You don't. I'm gonna ban myself from my own chat. I'm gonna put a 3-month ban on myself. LQDT. Oh wow. Yeah, and those of you who were on top of it, you're printing money. This is what happens when you have good earnings and a good chart. And look, this thing could be 30 by next week. So those of you who have small accounts and you can trade those micro and small caps, like there's so many opportunities. Like for you guys, there's so many more money-making opportunities than for someone like me that I'm forced to trade these large and mega cap stocks and the liquid ETFs. I just don't have the same opportunity set as you guys have. Like something at BGFV yesterday. Great earnings. Big volume. Look at the volume. Look at this CP down here. Look at the move it sparked. Look at the volume here. It traded like what, 50, 100 times average daily volume? Now obviously it did sell off initially, but this day was the start of a big move. It's up like 750% since. You know, like if you study EP, you know, if you just study EP and follow stocks that have EP'd like recently in the past 6 months or so, you know, there's an edge in trading those things. Instead of, you know, just, you know, scanning for random stocks. I know. I'm living a tough life. It's called the big account challenge. There is no such thing as a small account challenge. Because I'm gonna tell you a secret, guys. It's not about account size. It's about you. Yeah, that's true. EPs are easier when they gap up. That's true. LQDT didn't. But, you know, if you have some, you know, service or some way to find these big EPS, big revenue growth stocks, you would have found it in pre-market. Or even after hours. I'm not sure when they reported. Yeah, they reported in pre-market. And you would have seen, wow, this thing has a great chart. They just had great earnings. And you would have had, you know, you could have had this thing on watch anyways. Because the thing is, many times with the nano and micro caps, they may not have any action pre-market or after hours. Because, you know, there's just such small stocks. No one, you know, there's no market for it in extended hours. So you can't rely on, like, I rely on like these gapper scanners, and I also have a service where I find the at least the larger cap earnings. But I don't know if there is any good service for small and micro cap ones. There used to be IBD, was pretty good when it came out every day. Now it's just they have like one issue per week or something. It's not the same thing anymore. Flowers as an EP. Yeah, it had an EP here. Was it on earnings? I'm not sure. Exactly. It's not about the account size. It's about how you use it. So when people are doing these small account challenges, you know, it's not really a challenge because it's much easier to grow a small account than a big account. Just because there's just so much more opportunity. Yeah. Whatever method you decide to trade, you need to have a process and you have to focus. You can't deviate. I have 3 main setups that I use and I have processes to find them. Now, sometimes I fuck up, like I did on BNTX a few days ago. That was a really good setup. I just dropped the ball, and you're gonna drop the ball all the time. And it's fine. You will still have great returns. You don't need to catch everything. There's so much opportunity in the United States stock markets, guys. It's just insane. There's so many stocks. Exactly. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to get the big things right. And you don't need to catch everything. It's okay to mess up 5-star opportunities. It's okay to miss 5-star opportunities. As long as you don't get into the habit of doing it too often. NIO. Oh, maybe I should have shorted NIO instead of Tesla. It's much weaker. Oh well. Yeah, I know. I know. BNTX. It was on my watch list. I had it on my watch list. I was even looking at it up here. Well, it was still green on the day. 2 days ago. Before it broke down. Before it went red. Took out opening range lows. I was looking at it. I'm like, maybe if it pops a bit. I just totally, totally dropped the ball on it. You could have risked like what, $3-4 to make 60-70 bucks on it on the short side. That's a great risk reward and a high probability setup. It was day 3. I don't really count this day, was pretty much sideways day. So, it had a big run, or it had a run, flagged, had a big run, flagged. And this is the 3rd day of the 3rd run, the 3rd leg higher. It's a very high probability setup, but yeah. ANF, it looks okay. I mean, it looks fine. It looks pretty decent. What do I expect compounding at with a big account? I would love the compound at, well, this year already I'm up almost 100%. I was up like 130 or something at one point. No, 120, and now I'm up maybe 100 or a bit less. So, I'm already, I'm already doing really well for this year, even though the past 2 months have been kind of shitty, and I've given back some from the highs. But if I can keep compounding for 50% per year for the next few years, that would be great. Like, there's enough opportunity every year to make it happen. There's just an insane amount of opportunities. You just need to identify them and have a process finding them. Well, for a few more years, yeah. But it's gonna get harder and harder. It is. Because I'm more dependent on what the indices are doing. Since I'm forced to trade the ETFs and like large and mega cap stocks that are more market sensitive versus like small and micro caps that many times live a life of their own. So you can more consistent. So with a smaller account, you can make money more consistently. Not only in day trading, but also in swing trading than with a, big account. But yeah, I have no doubt I will hit the billion mark. I have no doubt. I have the methods in place. What I need to do is increase my time frames. I'm gonna have a, less consistent returns than I had previously. But it's all about, catching the big runs. There's usually a couple of big runs per year when you have easy money. It's just waiting for those times and doing nothing in the meantime, or doing very little. EP works the best on microcaps. it doesn't really matter if it's a pump or not. Many times the pump stocks are the ones that make the biggest moves. But obviously it's kind of hard to get conviction in some random stock that some room is pumping. Like, it's much easier if there's like some type of a news and it's a hot sector. Like we had mask and COVID stocks last year, like stuff like APT, Lake. When you have news and a theme, like every year you have this theme in microcaps, and there will be a bunch of rooms pumping the same stocks, and they also have, you know, fundamental reason for the stock to actually go up. Well, I'm already living in a place where there's pretty much 0% capital gains taxes. Depends on what broker you use. The only reason I'm using US brokers is to be able to short these like hard to borrow stocks, like stuff like PRPO and BTX yesterday. But I'm trying out a new broker here in Sweden where you can actually short a lot of the large caps and mid caps with them. So, oh, Tesla about to take out lows of the day. Nice, HEQ taking. Wow, my portfolio is, everything is going my way. That's awesome. That hasn't happened in 2 months. It's been a grind. Should I also add NIO short? No, it's too late. No. No, I'm not gonna start chasing stuff. I'm pretty comfortable with this portfolio right now. I haven't started trading with Pareto yet. I'm just wiring money over there right now. I'm gonna try, maybe tomorrow. It should be arriving tomorrow, I hope. Well, yeah, it matters if I'm using an American broker or a Swedish broker. If I use a Swedish broker, I don't pretty much have to pay any capital gains taxes. The only reason I'm paying capital gains taxes is because I have US brokers. But it's a trade-off I have to make, because I can use leverage and I can short a lot of the stocks I wouldn't be able to. And it's also lower commissions. I don't think there's a limit to ESCO. There shouldn't be. Never heard of it. I'm telling you, Sweden is like one of the best tax havens out there. If you use the correct account type, there's pretty much no capital gains tax, there's no inheritance tax, there's no real estate tax. Oh wow, Etsy looks so bad. Yeah, that's what I said, didn't I? I'm thinking about doing some VXX too. I actually did a starter already, but I'm thinking about doing more. Maybe this thing can get some momentum. If we actually get a real sell-off this time. Yeah, but the VXX is more liquid and it's higher priced. Ba, ba, ba. All right, let's see. Let's see if I have a couple of $10 million trades on the hook. It's about time. I'm getting bored. Why would people panic if the Nasdaq gaps down tomorrow? You could gap down below the 200 day and reclaim and go up all day. Why would there be panic? It does look a bit scary on the weekly though. Because if you look at Nasdaq, it's been surfing the 20 weekly. It's been finding support there like once, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. And now it's testing that again. If it doesn't hold, man, next support is 10%, 11% lower. Maybe we'll get a washout this time. The market sure as hell does need a washout. Like, I mean, things have been so tired and grindy for 2 months. That's what happens when you give boomers control of the market. It was much better when the 20-year-olds were running the market last year and early this year. Fucking boomers. No, I'm not fully invested. Not even close. Is David on vacation again? I thought he talked about the vacation yesterday. Yes, I have shared how much I'm up on the year, about 20 times over the past few months. Man, I would go out and take a ride with my bike, but it's been raining non-stop for like since for 2 days. I'm gonna stuck at home. I'm stuck at home watching TC2000. I don't want to watch TC2000. What's ARK-K doing? Yeah. Well, I mean, this is how the markets work. Like, so nothing goes up forever. And unfortunately, this is where most people find out about Cathie Wood, right? They buy into it, and then you get a big washout, and then people panic sell. It's the same history. Like, if you study market history, in 2007 it was the Janus funds. I think it was the Janus funds. So was it in the late 90s? I don't remember. But the best performing funds, like, most people get in near the top when the move has already been made. So you can have a great performing fund, and then you look at the average investor in the fund and they're down because they bought near the top. That's how the world works. It's the same thing over and over again. And it's no different with Tesla. It's no different with ARK. Most people got in. I mean, if you look at Tesla, I don't think there's a lot of people, except for some funds and etc. that are in from here, right? Most people bought it right 500 plus. Believing the stock will go up for an eternity, but it's not. It's priced for perfect execution for the next 10 years. Same thing with Microsoft, for example, in the 90s. It went up for a decade. Made an enormous move. And it's not like the company sucked during this time frame. They tripled their revenues during this time frame. But it just took this long for it to grow into the valuation. And there's example after example of this. Tesla could be doing great, but the stock may not have to go anywhere for the next 10-15 years. And that's why I prefer trading and having actual buy and sell rules. Because I don't like to be the victim of the markets. Oh, Janus was late 90s, yeah. What was the fund that became so famous during 2007, 2008? There was this, I think they invested in like emerging markets and commodities, which were, they did great. Like emerging markets and commodities did great between the 2003, 2007 bull market. What was the name of the fund? I have it somewhere in my Evernote. It was one of the best performing funds between the 2003 to 2007, 2008 period. But the average investor, like when the fund was down 20% from the highs in 2008, most of the investors in the fund were underwater, even though the fund was up like thousands of percent in 4 or 5 years. Well, there's always cult stocks. You have to separate the product and the CEO from the stock and the company. Great companies can do can do well, and the stock can suck for many years. And shitty companies can do really well, like their stocks can do really well. And people have such a hard time understanding it. Like I see, things like, oh, company X had XYZ had great earnings, but it's down on the day. What's going on? The market is broken. Like it's not that straightforward. This, the markets are very, very tricky. Man, I am getting excited about Bitcoin, the breakout. We've been basing now for what, 2 months? 2.5, almost 3 months. I have no idea what type of accent that was. No idea. Da, da, da. All right, I'm gonna cut the stream now. Let's see. All right. Good luck, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.